Hey folks, how's everybody doing today? Hope y'all doing well wherever you're at on this beautiful planet that we call the Earth. Just chilling here in my office, little bedroom. Call it my office at my new crib. I'll give y'all a look around later on, but it's a hot one here. It's a hot one here in the Philippines. I don't know what to deal with it. I had to break down and get me a cooler of beer. Cause I ain't got no air conditioner, at least not yet. I got a fan going over there, but it's still a hot one. Now at night it's nice and cool. At night, man, if you leave the windows open here, you wake up in the morning, it is nice and cool. No air con needed. But you let it get to about, about noon right now? Yeah, about a little bit after noon. It gets hot. So from now till midnight, holy moly, you got 12 hours. It's like living in an oven, and the other 12 nice and bearable. So anyhow, if I'm sweating a little bit, it's because it's hot, like Africa hot, but I'm in the Philippines. What am I going to talk about in today's video? I don't even know how to reference it. I'm not sure how I'm going to do the title, but it's just time to weigh in, put my opinion out there about this incident going on with this with this individual known as Stormy Daniels, and her role in basically bringing down the sanctity of the office of President of the United States. Now, Bill Clinton did a pretty good job on that too, but that's another story for another day. I'm going to come right out and say I ain't mad at Bill Clinton for banging out Monica Lewinsky. I'm not mad at Trump for banging out this hoe right here. I'm not mad at either one of them. It's not about the morality police or cheating on wives or husbands or anything like that. The ridiculousness of this whole situation is that they just destroyed the sanctity of the office of President of the United States. Any respect that it had left, because the past few years they've been parading around Mr. Biden, this old gentleman with Alzheimer's, propping him up like it's fucking Weekend at Bernie's, just embarrassing the hell out of him and his family and the rest of everybody in the world that's watching this debacle, propping this poor old man up and watching him make a fool out of himself. And certain outlets are picking up on it and running with it, but yeah, it's ridiculous. But the point is, you're making fun of an old man with Alzheimer's. Okay, so what do you do? They're still doing it. I did a video reporting this elder abuse. Nobody's contacting me about it, but it's out there, because there comes a time when silence is betrayal. I've been getting away from political stuff, just focusing on feel-good videos with my family and barbecue, cooking, the kids. But there comes a time when silence is betrayal, and I said, you know what, I'm going to start putting my opinions back out there. It's the least I can do. So the past few years, and it's just shredded any credibility, respect, sanctity. It's just totally eroded the power of the office of the President of the United States due to what's going on with these idiots in the fucking Beltway, these educated fools up there sucking on the government's tit. It's just mind-boggling. And I looked at the headline of this article, and it was talking about something like, just when you thought the reality show of America couldn't get any worse, and then this happens. It's like, what's going to happen next in the United States? We're a declining nation. It's over. The Titanic has hit the fucking iceberg. It's going down. It's a matter of which way it's going down. In my opinion is the U.S. is going to splinter. Texas will be the first to secede from the nation, and everybody will want to live in the Republic of Texas. Now, if you grew up in Texas, you understand that's not a far-fetched course of action, because you're brought up to believe that you are the Republic of Texas, right? I mean, Texas history book, when I was in 7th grade, that sumbitch is about like that, and it's about that damn thick. U.S. history book, it's just a regular book. But that damn Texas history book, maybe I hold it like that. It was probably about that long, about that wide, and that sumbitch was that thick. It was bigger than the Bible that your grandfather and your grandmother have on their coffee table. So anyhow, not to go too far down that rabbit hole, but we're a declining nation as a union. I think the U.S. eventually is going to splinter, starting with the Republic of Texas, and then you'll have different conglomeration of states get together. You might think that's crazy that I say that, but you know, if in 1980 you had stood on a street corner, you know, I'm a product of the 70s and the 80s, you know, late 70s and 80s, during the Cold War. I mean, when I was a kid, we used to have nuclear war drills, you know, in our schools. Get under your desk, hide under the desk, grab your head for some reason, and it's just basically kiss your ass goodbye. But we did these drills, right? So the Cold War is how I was brought up. In 1980, if somebody stood on the street corner and said within 10 years the Soviet Union will dissolve and be no more, they would have put you in an insane asylum. You would have been committed, like you're crazy. Right up there with, you know, claiming that you were abducted by aliens. If you would have stood on the street corner in 1980 and said the USSR will be no more in a decade. Crazy, man. Dude, you got nuclear weapons. So for me to say that, and based on what I've seen in my life and personal travels, folks, nations crumble. Nations change. They splinter. They split up. This has been going on since the beginning of humanity. So for me to say at some point I believe that my beloved country, the United States of America, will splinter, it's based on history, personal experiences throughout my lifetime. I see it coming. You know, Texas, perfectly set to do it. Look at them. Huge land mass. You'd have 2 international borders. They have their own port, access to the ocean, their own power grid. Texas could do it and be their own country. So it's not very far-fetched. Moving right along. So, damn, it's probably like a 20-minute disclaimer to start talking about this hooker here. All right, so let's get into some terminology here. And I'm going to use Wikipedia. I know Wikipedia is influenced. It's edited by government entities. I always just like to refer to Wikipedia. It's just a starting point. You don't believe everything that's on there, but it's a starting point, right? And a lot of the facts, that they're just blatant facts, they're on there. So we'll just start out. Who the hell is this Stormy Daniels, right? She's born Stephanie yada yada in 79. And according to this, she's an American pornographic film actress and director. Oh, she's a director too. And former stripper. Won many industry awards. She's part of this Night Moves Hall of Fame, AVN Hall of Fame. I have no idea what that means, or the XRCO Hall of Fame. And then she thinks about going into politics. I don't know. And now she's involved in this $130,000. They're calling it hush money. I call it extortion on her part. But again, everybody has a varying opinion. I'm offering my opinion. Okay, so let's talk about some terminology first, because I'm confused, right? I'm confused, and it's my opinion that we should not have, or we should not allow, the office of the President of the United States to be taken down by a hooker. I just don't think the juice is worth the squeeze, or the squeeze is worth the juice. So let's get into some definitions here, all right? What the hell is pornography in the first place? Okay, so let's go to Merriam-Webster. The depiction of erotic behavior, as in pictures or writing, intended to cause sexual excitement. Books, photograph, depiction of acts in a sensational manner. Okay, all right, that's pornography. What's a pornographic film? Let's see. Or actress. Oh, excuse me. A pornographic film actress, a performer, a porn star, an adult entertainer. All these terms, which they already said she's a pornographic film actress, is a person who performs sex acts in video that is usually characterized as a pornographic movie. Okay. No, I don't think they're doing this for free, right? They're getting paid for these videos. That's a key point. So let's move forward. What's a stripper? They say she's a stripper. Person whose occupation involves performing striptease in a public adult entertainment venue such as a strip club, or they could be hired to perform at a private event. Okay. Now, let's get into the weeds here, to the nitty gritty. What is a prostitute? Well, according to the same source, Merriam-Webster, it's a verb. Well, one of three. It's a verb. It can be a noun. Here's the verb. Here's the verb of prostituting. To offer for sexual intercourse in exchange for pay. Now let's go down to the noun. Prostitute as a noun. A person who engages in sexual intercourse in exchange for pay. So, adult film actress is another title for a prostitute, by definition. The only difference is they're doing it on film. They're taking it one step further. They're getting paid to have sex with somebody else, whoever that is, on film. Where a prostitute is just getting paid to have sex, but you leave out the film part. Now, things that make you go, is why is pornography 100% legal with a few record keeping and obviously regulations? Such a huge industry in America, totally legal, but prostitution is illegal. I've always pondered this, okay? So if a dude goes out and he hires a prostitute and the police catch him, they're both guilty of prostitution or soliciting, whatever the charge is, right? Just different terminology. But what if he had a video camera running in the hotel room and he had a business license? He paid the state $35 for a business license, right? And he had her sign a modeling contract. Now the police burst in. What's he doing illegal? Hey, I'm making a pornographic video. Well, you're with a prostitute. No, this is an adult film actress. There's her modeling contract. There's my business license. There's my camera. You tell me what I'm doing illegal. Nothing. But take away the camera, take away the modeling contract and the business license. Oh, now you hired a prostitute and oh my gosh, didn't go to church on Sunday, you bastard. You can't run for politics no more. I just fucked some of y'all up because y'all, even in your mind, you're thinking prostitution bad while you're watching porn. It's only one further step. None of these adult film actresses are doing any of this fucking work for free. They're getting paid. Go back to the definition. A person who engages in sexual intercourse in exchange for pay is a prostitute. Therefore, by definition, of an acceptable source, Merriam-Webster, this Stormy chick is a prostitute by title. It's just another word for adult film actress, stripper. That's her profession, right? And I'm not judging her for that. I personally think a woman should be able to do, or a man, or anybody. You know, if you're a woman, you're a man who chopped your cock off and you want to be called a woman, I don't care. I'm not judging you. I think you should be able to do whatever you want to do with your body with another consenting adult, and the government not fucking get involved or tell me what to do. Okay? It's a waste of fucking tax dollars prosecuting prostitution cases. You're not rescuing anybody. It's two consenting adults. Okay? It's her body. She wants to accept money. Who am I, or you, or the church, or anybody else to tell this woman, two consenting adults, what to do? No. Alright, so let's go now, because for the rest of this video, I'm going to shorten. I'm not going to spell out adult film actress. There's too many words. Let's simplify it to things where people in my generation can understand. Okay, prostitute. So let me go down and get a synonym here that we can refer to this adult film actress who sits on hot dogs for a living. Okay. Let's go down and let's see. Okay, now this is synonyms. Alright, hustler. Hustler. Call girl. Sex worker. A whore. Streetwalker, or a hooker. My generation, you're a hooker. Alright, it's pretty fucking simple. Alright, so I'm not going to say her name anymore because it's irrelevant. It's the point of the fact that America, we Americans, have allowed a hooker to bring down the highest office in our nation. Okay? Alright, so there we go. Alright, one more. Pornographic film actor is a person who performs sex acts in a video that is usually characterized as a pornographic movie. So that's the mind-boggling thing. Just get back to, if it's between two consenting adults, it's illegal. But if your intent is to make a video and you do some record keeping, it's perfectly legal in the United States, right? All right. So I had no idea who this Stormy Daniels character was. So I started Wikipedia, right? All right, just chubby blonde, you know, big fake hooters. They look fake to me. If those are natural, those are just absolutely huge titties. I got it. She looks like a porn star, right? She looks like an adult film actress that she fits the part. Okay, so I went down. I'm like, what is going on? Okay, she's in all these films. Now, folks, I don't watch porn. You can believe it or not. I don't give a shit. Google knows that what I watch and the tabs I pull up. It's not my cup of tea. Earlier years, yeah, I'd watch a little bit every now and then, but I could name right now porn stars. Ron Jeremy, because he's been around for so long. I think now he's got some legal troubles or did some dastardly deeds. I don't even know. Ron Jeremy, who else could I name? John Holmes. That's all I know, because I don't watch porn. All right, but again, if you do, that's your business. I'm not judging anybody. So I didn't know who the hell this chick was. You pull her up, you see her picture, like, oh yeah, that girl rode some hot dogs. She knows her way around the cock for sure. So I look in here, it says she appears in the film The 40-Year-Old Virgin, which I've seen, you know, dozens of times. Love that movie. Where the main character watches her in the video Space Nuts episode 69, Unholy Union. I said, all right, well, let me just make sure before I do this video that she is truly, in fact, you know, porn star. I pulled that clip for about 10 seconds, and I assure you, this hoe knows her way around a hot dog. I guess what the picture I'm trying to paint here, this is no saint, if you want to use that in terminology. This is not Mother Mary. This is not Little House on the Prairie. This chick's job is being a hardcore, getting boned out hooker. She gets paid to ride a fucking pole. Whether it's on stage or some dude's pole. She knows her way around a dick. She's not shy. Matter of fact, I think it says that one of her video editors she's married to, so the dude editing all this, that's her husband now. Hey, that's her business. That's her business. I don't care. I'm not judging. You marry who you want to. The dude's down here marrying bitches on Walking Street, pulling them off the pole, falling in love. That's your business. That's your business. But we're not talking about a case where, you know, it's June Cleaver involved. No, folks, this bitch is spending every night in strip clubs, getting boned out on fucking videos. This is just not worth allowing this individual to bring down the office of a person who's in charge of nuclear weapons and nuclear war. I'm not willing to allow a fucking hooker to bring down the sanctity of that office. There's too much power involved. And the geniuses in the United States and the culture in the United States right now is so fucked up that we've allowed not even a federal prosecutor. It's a local prosecutor. I don't know if he's local with the city or the state, whatever. He's not a federal prosecutor. We've allowed a local fucking prosecutor to charge a former president of the United States with 30-something counts over this hooker. Then drag his ass into a local courtroom. You just destroyed every bit of power, perceived power. Perception is reality. They say that, right? The whole world is watching this and saying, holy shit, we thought the United States was a powerful entity. They're nothing more than the old banana republic. They're done. I mean, China's watching this, right? And they're just like, they're done. We can take them. All of these fucking failures. This one being one big one that's going on right now. You got China looking at this and saying, these motherfuckers don't stand a chance against us. They don't stand a fucking chance. Because there's nothing united about the United States right now. We allow these idiots in New York to drag in a former president over a hooker. Okay? It's not like somebody's calling them in and saying, hey, you're responsible for war crimes and killing 2 million people with U.S. bombs or something like that. No. This is over a fucking hooker that was gonna run her mouth about their alleged sexual encounter and wanted money. Wanted fucking money. So they gave her some fucking money. You know what that's called? That's called extortion and or blackmail. Okay? It's no different than if your ex-boyfriend or your ex-girlfriend calls up and says, hey, you know, I got this video of us, and if you don't give me $130,000, I'm going to post it on YouPorn. You're the victim. Okay? She's the person committing the crime. So I'm not sure exactly how it went down, but it doesn't matter. This bitch was paid $130,000 because she's basically saying, if you don't fucking pay me, I will make this affair, alleged affair, public. And she got paid. So she initiated this by what? By blackmailing this guy. It's extortion. She's the one who should be charged first. Now, how did we get here? I see it's just so mind-boggling. This is not about a rape case, unless she's gonna come out and say that was, oh, he raped me. Really? Bitch, you've rode more fucking cocks, more fucking hot dog, been boned out more fucking times on a nightly fucking basis during your career. This is your chosen profession. This is what you do. Now, years later, you're gonna scream rape? Hashtag me too? Bitch, come on. It's about the money and the fame which leads you to power. And everybody wants to talk to you now. Why? Because what happens when a chubby porn actress, a chubby hooker gets old? You gotta do something different. Okay? You can't play football your entire life. At some point you gotta be a coach or a fucking commentator. So you take a chubby hooker at the end of her shelf life, what's she gonna do now? She's just starved and desperate for what? Money, fame, power, to do something different. They all want something. And so what's next? Now you're gonna claim rape? Is that the next course of action? I don't know. Maybe she has, maybe that's totally off the table. I don't know. Because I'm not following the fucking case. It's too painful. But you want me to believe that you, a hooker, stripper, adult film star, all these fucking titles, your chosen profession is to ride a fucking hot dog, and you're gonna claim this one person owes you money and or assaulted you? I don't know, and I'm not saying she's claiming that. I don't fucking know. But what's next? They claim as much as they can, so they can try to get as much as they can to where the person will settle. It's basically legal blackmail. It's legalized extortion. I don't have any script on this. I'm just going off the hip on this, right? I guess the major point of the video is, you know, like here's a picture of this bitch sitting in this dude's lap. She's just a typical individual who is seeking fame, money, and power. And she's getting it. She's getting the attention. She's going to get some money somehow, whether it's in the form of a contract or, you know, she fucking runs for office, gets elected, or next thing you know, she's on CNN, the victim. Whatever she's doing, she's getting it. But that's why America has hit the fucking iceberg and is sinking, and there's no turning back. This fucking victimhood mentality. You know, oh, I'm the victim, so you got to pay me some money. Oh, now I need help. Now I need counseling. Now I need attention. I need fame. Well, that's what they want. So let me take one step forward here, right? The ridiculousness. The reason that the U.S. government gets away with all this just ridiculousness, this wasteful spending, is because they take the money from us up front out of our checks. We don't have a say. Okay. They tell you, oh, it's patriotic to pay your taxes, right? So we can go fucking waste it on prosecuting a guy and a hooker over a hooker, right? But imagine if you're those folks in New York, right, and you have a civilian review board that decides whether or not they give you money on each case, right? So, say the civilian review board's got, 5 people in there, right? You got a white guy, Hispanic guy, a black guy, a couple ladies, whatever. It doesn't matter. You have a sampling of people from the area. You're sitting at the table, and these prosecutors got to come in and ask you for funding to prosecute a case, right? All right, come on in, next man. Comes in, I need $2 million. It's going to take, months of effort. I need 40 employees. Now make it $6 million. We're going to tie up the court system and a jury and a grand jury. It's going to be controversial. So we need about $6 million. Okay, all right. Well, what's the case about? Well, this man slept with this woman and she wanted money, so he paid her, and now we're gonna arrest him. And you be like looking at each other like, oh, for what? Isn't she blackmailing him? Isn't that extortion? Why would you want to prosecute that dude? Well, he's the former president of the United States. Oh, he is. Well, who's the chick? Well, she's a adult film star. You like looking at everybody else on the board and you're like, you mean a hooker? She's a hooker? And you want $6 million. The man's already paid the hooker $130,000. Isn't that pretty much case closed? Aren't they happy? But you're asking us for $6 million of the taxpayers' money to prosecute the man? You be scratching your head like, what's going on here? What's going on here? Then your next, man, it's about politics. That dude's running for president. They trying to keep him out of running for president again. Oh, okay, I'm a little slow. But you say you need $6 million, right? That's a lot of money. That's the tax money of how many people working at Jiffy Lube or the grocery store or, plumber, dude over at the airport. How many people does that represent taking money out of their fucking pockets so you and your fucking cronies can go out and fuck with this dude over a hooker that he already paid? How many people is that are making 40 grand a year and the government's taking, say, 15? What's 6 million divided by 15,000? That's the number of people who have to pay your fucking ass to fund this debacle. I say we vote on it. You vote on it? Okay. Yeah, how much you want to give me? All right, we voted. And we're going to give you some funding for this case. And the prosecutor's like, all right, But we're going to give you $1 so you can go outside and get you some coffee. You got to put a little money with it. Get you a fucking cup of coffee and reevaluate your job and what's good for the taxpayers. Because this case ain't worth millions of fucking dollars coming out of the taxpayers' pockets. And oh, by the way, the next time you come in here and you have some fucking cockamamie bullshit request to take money from the taxpayers over this bullshit, we're gonna ask for your resignation. Don't do that shit again. Next time you come in here, ask for money for a fucking murderer. All right, a goddamn rapist. Some motherfucker on Wall Street that just stole 100 old ladies' pensions. That's what we want to spend taxpayer money on. Not some dude in a hooker with their fucking personal dispute. This is a civil case. Tell her to go get a fucking lawyer and sue the guy if she needs some more money. It's not a criminal case. Get the fuck out of here. That's how it should go. But we as Americans don't have that power because the government takes our money, gives it to some of the dumbest motherfuckers in America to manage it and spend it. That's how it works. That's why the United States I lost track of how many trillions of fucking dollars we're in debt that we're never going to pay back, we're never going to recover from. It's just going down with the ship. So in closing, I'm just, what's the word? Be politically correct, I could say I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed in America. I think Dr. Martin Luther King used those terms, that word, disappointed. Because he couldn't say, I'm mad as fuck at these idiots for wasting my goddamn tax dollars and eroding the power of a once great nation over a hooker. That's just one example, folks. I'm trying to stick to this video where I can sit here and obviously talk for fucking months. And I will do some more videos about these other things that are going on in the United States that I really don't understand because I haven't lived there in a long time. And I've just been trying to enjoy life. But things aren't getting any better. Things aren't getting any better, and I don't think the younger generation, they're not. I don't think they can pull out of this. What's America has come to right now. I don't see the younger generation being able to pull out of this because they don't have that drive. They don't have that level of fucking fight or testosterone that my generation, our generation, and older have. Scientific fact. These males these days have, 40-50% less testosterone than my generation and older. I believe it's because of the skinny jeans, just too tight on their balls. It's fucking killing their testosterone. Between that and their laptops, it's just zapping their fucking nuts. But it's scientific fact, right? So I don't think the younger generation is going to be able to fix these problems and pull out of it. It would take people from my generation or the World War II generation, Vietnam generation, for us to fix these problems. But we're all getting old and we're going to die out. And these young skinny jean wearing Call of Duty shitheads are going to be left to deal with China and Russia, who are over there training and raising killers. And we're arguing about which fucking bathroom you can use, and dude chops his cock off. Now you gotta call him he or she, or who the fuck knows. But I guarantee you our enemies aren't arguing over this shit. They're not wasting time. They're working on tactics. They're working on the skills and the mindset needed to fucking defeat the United States. We're over there just fucking imploding from within. But that's what most great empires do. And we're just living it. So, in the video, give a big fuck you out to the idiots in New York wasting tax money for political purposes. Big fuck you out to the hooker. Your personal quest for power, you just have no idea what you're doing to the United States on the world stage. Darling, we all get old. Just go with it. We're getting older, right? You see this fucking gray hair up here? And luckily I still got a full head of hair. Young buck called me an old bald-headed bastard one time when I got a buzz cut. I got gray hair. Alright? We're all getting old. I know this is your last hurrah in the spotlight. But you just don't understand what you've done, what you're doing. And oh, by the way, you already got paid 130 grand, darling. Doesn't that mean anything to you? No, it doesn't, because in today's society in America, there's no honor. There's no honors. Would there be any honor among hookers? There doesn't seem to be anymore. I mean, back in the day, they probably would respect each other's corner, respect it. Nah, no fucking honor. Just give me more money. I don't care what it does to the United States. Unfucking believable. But old Xi Jinping, he's over there watching this shit and laughing his ass off. So is Putin. They're fucking laughing their ass off. You know why? Because the motherfuckers are scared to death of Donald J. Trump. Whether you like the motherfucker or not, our enemies fucking were very calculated about what they did during his term. Now, with this old man with Alzheimer's and whoever his handlers are, the handlers are running the show. Nobody's even sure who's in control. That's probably the only thing they are scared about. They're not scared of America anymore because of what it's become, but I think the only fear they have right now is they're not really sure who's in charge. And sometimes having a leaderless army is worse than having a motherfucker in charge, because you don't know what they're gonna do. I can talk about this all day. That's it, folks. Leave your comments down below. Yeah, I'm sitting here with my shirt off because it's hot. Sitting here by the window, I got a fan. These coolies are supposed to come today and install my air con. Talked to them 3-4 times this week, right? So you think they're gonna be here. They first said Tuesday. They said, no, it'll be Saturday for sure. Do the Holy Week. Text them this morning, hey, what time y'all coming? No reply. You may have to sweat for a few more days. There's worse things that can happen. It just means that you drink more beer. Just sit around, don't put no underwear on. You just gotta free ball it, let your balls get a little wind every now and then. Keep you a cold towel. About every 2 hours, go take a cold shower in there. And just keep plenty of cold beer on hand. Just keep drinking your beer. And then get a few beers in you, you're like Cat Williams. You're like, that air conditioner. I got a whole ref full of beer. I can't wait to drink all them things. That's what I got to say about that, folks. Leave your comments down below. If you're not a subscriber, y'all know what to do. I'm on the way to 8.4 million subscribers by tonight. Stranger things have happened. The damn hookers bringing down America. Never thought that would happen. Monica Lewinsky. A little bit different, but anyhow, it's the end of the video. We'll see y'all on the next one, my friends.